back to Steel Mill Builds. I told you that I was going to take a break from the tea bucket and work on my grandson's present here. So what we have here is a Quaker State 20-car go-kart. Now it's seen some better days. She's been abused. You can see the steering wheel has been moved up to give clearance, so the top of the windshield has been removed. When I bought it, the body was barely hanging on. I had to weld the two brackets in the front here to hold it on. I'm going to pull you down from there, and we'll get some better images of it. So as you can see, they cut the windshield there and the blower to come through. You can see here the front end is completely destroyed from plowing into stuff. It's scraped up and things like that. I'm not really worried about the condition of the plastic or the stickers. What I am going to do is today we're going to try and rebuild some of this front end. And then I don't know if you can see it, but that spindle area needs to be corrected because it wants to go to the right and it turns to the left really hard. So what we're going to do first is remove this reinforcement here. We're going to take this and make supports for the fiberglass to attach to. We're also going to take strips of sheet metal and bend them in this direction. All of the screws will be coming from the back side, so we can fiberglass and remove the screws, or excuse me, I should say the screws will be coming from the front, so we can fiberglass the back of it. That'll give us a base, and then we'll reinforce the front and make that smooth. I'm going to try and make this just come down so it doesn't look so chopped off. And then I'm going to put a brackets coming out, pipe coming out, and then I'll put a bumper on the front to try and save it. But he's 4, so who knows. But let me get this taken off, set up. Let me get this taken apart. We'll get it set up on some stands or a table, and then we'll get to work from there. And I did want to fill you in. It is December 22nd, and they claimed we were supposed to get 8 to 12 inches of snow, and this is what I woke up to. So, yeah, maybe 3. But they said there's more to come, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, we'll get back to work. We're in a heated shop, no worries. There we go. Now you can get a better look at what we're going to be working with. So, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to remove, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's a metal plate right here that's tried to rivet to reinforce that so it wasn't flopping around. So we're going to get rid of that metal plate first, which means we're going to drill out these rivets. Get that all taken care of and out of our way. Slats going parallel here. We're going to use these slats going parallel this way so because we can bend them. And then we're going to cut strips of sheet metal and bend it this way so we can attach those. Alright, change of plans. Instead of using that heavy gauge steel for my strips, I know I made a comment about galvanized before, but what I'm going to use is this chunk of ductwork that I had left over from a home improvement project. It'll make good strips, and it's not doing anything other than holding wood in place while I fiberglass around it. So let's get some strips cut out of this, and I'll get us set up so that we can screw them into place and get moving. Alright, like I said, we're going to start right here. Well, let's put a clamp on that. Now let's go on the other side. Look about the same. No, let's move this one over. Let's put them in the middle. There. Let's get two more here. Well, what do you think? These panels, I might trim this back a little bit just so that I have the same curvature, but I'm not going to straighten this out or anything like that. I'm going to get some fiberglass over these cracks over here, but let's get this glued and stuck into place. What I'm using is just a Gorilla Glue. I use this stuff for everything. Seems to work pretty well, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Try something else. Okay, we're going to jump on this while the glue is setting up. You can see this thing just wants to flop. It's also got a lot of play that way. We'll stick a couple of washers in there, maybe replace that bolt. But this has a bend to it. This area is bent up. Well, I think that's much better. Yep. I don't know how much of that you saw, but you can see here it's got a little bit of a crown to it now, whereas before it was negative. Tires got a little bit of toe in. You can see it's worn funny, so I think I'm going to get them some new tires, and we'll see if that straightens it out any better. But we can always do it a little bit better once we get to the point of putting new tires on it. Okay, well, I forgot to turn on the camera there, so we've got a couple of more pieces added. I added these ribs coming out this way. These are pretty dry, so I'm going to add one more row across the bottom there, and then I'm going to add this heavier steel to give it shape on the ends. So we'll get this stuff all up here. And we'll be good to go. Well, good morning and welcome back to Steel Mill Builds. What we're going to do today is we're going to trim off these excess pieces, round this out. We're going to add a thin layer of cardboard as support. Well, I don't know if that worked out, but I guess we'll find out, huh? We'll give it another couple of hours, and I think I'm making a lot of work for myself because it's not very smooth. But we'll see what happens from here. I think this will be it for today. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so we'll see what happens once this hardens up. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.